So plug the needle in my vein.
Hello again. So I found another opportunity to give. I was perusing a website called justserve.org, which has a bunch of service opportunities, and I came across a book drive opportunity here in my county. And so what they're trying to do is get a bunch of books that they can donate to the lending libraries, and they're supposed to be for children's between like kindergarten and 8th grade. So anywhere from kid books all the way up to like easy chapter books. And when I saw it, I was excited because I love reading. Reading for me is one of my greatest hobbies. I own probably over 300 books, and I love fiction because it makes me use my imagination, and I love nonfiction because it allows me to learn new things, and I love biographies. They're like super inspirational to me. So anyways, I love reading, and I think that reading is one of the most important things that people can do because I feel like it makes us use our brains in ways that we don't get to use them when we're on social media or watching movies or TV or whatever. Okay, so anyways, I love reading, and I'm really passionate about it. And so for me, the opportunity to go buy a bunch of books, I mean, that's like an addiction in and of itself for me. So to go buy a bunch of books that I can give away is fun. So I thought about going to the Barnes & Noble, and then I thought, well, I've already bought a couple books there this season, so maybe I'll go buy local, especially where I'm going to spend a couple $100. I feel good about going to a local shop rather than a big chain. So I'm here at a place. It's called Pioneer Book, and they do lightly used books, and it's just a local place. So I'm excited to go and support their local business. And I'm excited to go buy a bunch of books that I can give away to kids that will hopefully, since I've read so many books, hopefully I can pick only the good ones that I know are going to be inspirational and good for kids that are that age. So anyways, that's it. I'm going to go in there and do a bunch of shopping. So I'll probably just take you along with me. I got a whole good slew of books, but I didn't find everything. So I'm going to Barnes & Noble, and I'm going to try and pick up the last couple that I wanted. Okay, we're here. We're at the Barnes & Noble again. So let's go see what we can find. Okay, I just got all of the rest of the books that I wanted, and I did it in record time, so thank you very much to the Barnes & Noble employees. There was a really sweet gal who helped me go pick out all the books that I was looking for. So yeah, so I got all the books that I wanted and more, and so when I get home, I'll show you the spread. Okay, so here's the book haul. So based on recommendations from others, I was to get this book, Love You Forever. Guess How Much I Love You. Got a couple copies of this, which I've never read, but had really high reviews on some of those, like Amazon. The Little Engine That Could. This is a book that I really think every kid should be read, at least. So I got a couple copies of that, 3 copies of that. The Last of the Really Great Wang Doodles. I've never actually read this book, but my sister did when we were young, and she loved it. And so my sister was the reader in our family. And so if she loved it at that age, I'm sure that anyone of these kids who read it will as well. The Giver. Obviously a classic, so I'm going to get them a couple of copies of that. The Lion with the Witch and the Wardrobe. Got a couple copies of that, which is also a great one. Let's see, I got a couple copies of Summer of the Monkeys, which I didn't remember this book until some colleagues of mine at work reminded me of it. And once they were telling me the story, then I remembered what it was about. But anyways, this is supposed to be a really, really good book. A Wrinkle in Time, obviously another classic. Got a couple copies of that. A couple copies of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. A couple copies of The Call of the Wild. A couple copies of The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, which this, as a kid, like, I didn't read a lot growing up, but The Wizard of Oz was one of the books that I did read and that I really liked. So I got 4 copies in this style, and then I got this one just because it was there. And then other random books. I got Where the Red Fern Grows, a copy of The Time Machine. I love H.G. Wells. This is one of my great books that I love. Banner in the Sky is one that I just read, and I really liked it. A short book, easy reader, about Susan B. Anthony, which is good. The 100-Penny Box. This story seems vaguely familiar to me. I can't remember exactly why or what the story is about, but it seemed vaguely familiar, so I went ahead and got it. White Fang. Again, I've never read this one, but I've seen a movie about it, so I kind of know what the story is about. And then again, another H.G. Wells, The Invisible Man. So that's it. That's the haul. We've got multiple copies of a bunch of these books, a bunch of classics, and I think this is going to be, hopefully, really good for all of these families who get to use these books. So that's that. Good morning, everyone. It's now the next day, and I'm going to drive over there to the city center and go deliver all these books. So I figured I'd just let you come along.
Hi, I'm Emily. I am just one of the coordinators that has been helping with the United Way of Utah County Everyday Learners Read Early, Read Often book drive. This is a book drive that we put on every year. It's really special just because it allows us to give access to books to families that may, for whatever reason, not have access to books there in their home. We know that reading is really important and critical for children's early educational outcomes as well as long-term educational outcomes, and so this is a really important project near and dear to us to be able to get books into people's home. And this year is kind of unique in that we decided to donate the majority of these books to lending libraries that are going to be going around Utah County. Lending libraries are freestanding and closed bookshelves that allow families to quickly access a book completely free. They can take it home with no obligation of ever returning it. And they're just really unique and special because of that access to families, to be able to get them into their homes and to have the families reading together and to really help children with their education. And so we just wanted to say a big thank you to all of those that have donated to this project and for helping our families here in Utah County.
Great, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead, click the little subscribe button down below, and then click the bell icon to make sure that you get notified next time I post an amazing video, okay? Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.